Hello everyone and welcome to Zanekin's Manga Reviews. I of course am Zanekin, and I do apologize that I'm late on this review. A lot of things came up, all that other stuff. You guys know how life goes. Well, let's read chapter 861, or at least discuss it. We're not doing a live read through. It's The Consummate Actor is the title of this chapter, and pardon me, I got a lot of notes off here to the side. There's a lot to unpack in this chapter. I know a lot of people weren't happy with it and kind of skimmed through it because they weren't excited that we were having a break and that the wedding didn't begin and so on and so forth. And it doesn't help that our Straw Hats are asleep, so we don't get a lot of action from the characters in which this story is focused around. But we do get a nice cover page. We get our boy Nico, Nikomomushi. He's hanging out with all these different cats, and it's just an adorable picture. A lot of the requests come out well. I don't know how many requests Oda actually gets, but he seems to pick some good cover pages to draw for us. I think it would be neat to see Inuarashi, and pardon if my pronunciations are wrong, but Duki Inuarashi hanging out with a bunch of little dogs. Maybe they're all climbing over him and he's getting licked left and right. I think that would be a great way to pair up the two. But let's jump into the chapter. And again, since I am late, I'm going to try to give you guys more of an in-depth analysis as far as the little things that I saw in this chapter that I think are going to have much bigger implications moving forward. So, to begin, we have the fact that the staircase that Perospero, or Pedospero, as I'll keep calling him, the fact that his staircase is starting to melt, and we see everybody rushing up to eat it, whatever, that's kind of besides the fact. The fact that this staircase is melting confirms what Beige has been telling us, that there is no real exit from this wedding, barring the mirror strategy that we have in place. So if Caesar, and my boy Caesar, I love him, but if Caesar is not able to fulfill his plan, which a lot of people are predicting he will not do for one reason or another, the Straw Hats and the Fire Tank Pirates are really stuck. And they're stuck there with a lot of tough opponents. Now, the one thing that might really help them is that not everybody at this wedding is going to be on Big Mom's side. In a situation in which everything broke out in a full-out brawl and it came to life or death, I don't know that everyone will be on our side, especially if they believe that there was a chance that they could succeed. There's a lot of people here that are definitely angling for different ways. We see that Big Mom has mistreated not only other people, but also anyone remotely within her family. She's been brutal to even them. Moving forward. So then we get to see Vito. We see the staircase melting. Then we see Vito, and he's kind of looking over the homie door. And he's looking at everybody inside the wedding. And he's naming everybody. He's like, oh my gosh. He's like, when these people are on your side, you feel like you're untouchable. But the moment that you're thinking about going against them, it seems horrifying in a way. So he starts naming off people, and we get Pedospero, who, if any chance that you get to see Pedospero in this chapter, and he's in a lot of, if you look in the back of some panels, he's there. The dude is pedo. He's straight creeping, whether it's on little kids or somebody else. He's not a character that I find... I don't like the character. I think he's interesting in the sense that he's a creep, and it's going to be great to see him get socked in the face at some point. But, he was tasked with taking care of Caesar, which he just gave up the role on. I feel like that was a weird handling of the situation. He's the first son, but he's not even one of the sweet commanders. Anyway, so we see another first, and it's the eldest daughter, and it's Compote. She's the minister of fruits, which really doesn't fit with the theme. We've had a lot of sweets and junk food and even smoothies, but we've not cracker, but we've not seen any type of healthy food or anything. But we've seen meat and we've seen other things like that, I suppose. We see Katakuri, which is not Dogtooth. No matter what the translations might tell you, it is not Dogtooth. My boy Roger made a point of saying that. Even after I tweeted him, #Dogtooth dudes, and he read it out on his live stream, it's definitely been confirmed that it is not Dogtooth, it's Katakuri. He's there. Smoothie's there, obviously. We don't get Oda boxes for the eldest daughter, Compote. We don't get an Otobox for the third son, Daifuku. We don't get an Otobox for the fourth son, Oven. I don't know if that's because later when things kick off and then they shoot out their ability, they'll get the Otobox in kind of their own one-on-one frame instead of singling them out. That'll be interesting. We do get to see what Mother Caramel looks like, and it's not a character that we know. At least it doesn't look remotely like a character that we know. Which I kind of expected. I thought it would be, I racked my brain for who it might be, and there didn't seem to be a good fit for that role anyways, at least as far as the existing characters in the One Piece universe, which is numerous, by the way. But there wasn't really a fit. It's kind of a nun lady. She's holding a cigarette. I don't know what the real value of it is. A lot of people... when it was asked about by a new guest who obviously hadn't been at a tea party before, or at least hadn't seen the Mother Caramel picture, Big Mom gets really defensive about her memories. She says, "You dare encroach on my memories or assume to..." The phrasing's different depending on the translations, but she pretty much says, why are you asking about my memories? It's not your place to ask. And she's livid. The only thing that gets her out of it is a literal mountain, at least twice the height of most of the characters, of just treasure chests that the leaders of the underground have brought for Big Mom at this wedding. And it is interesting that they've been brought into Big Mom and not for Pudding, even though it's her wedding. The gang is sleeping. We do get to see that. I thought that was pretty funny. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I understand that they've been going. If you think about it, the moment Luffy put a foot into the seducing woods, he's been going on and on and on and on, dealing with Brûlé, dealing with this double, dealing with Cracker, dealing with an entire army, taking hits from Sanji, not eating anything except for that one little box meal that looked like if you were getting a meal box at the movie theater that nobody gets because who buys the hot dogs there? But it's they've not had a great opportunity. I did like seeing them in Capone as their way to getting into the party. I hadn't thought of that for some reason, even though that's kind of the obvious answer. Our boy Gastino, he's up and ready. Jinbei's kind of going to be the guy to let us know when it's time to go. Pudding and Sanji are trying to play each other. Both of those two are acting, and that's what I love about the title of this chapter, The Consummate Actor, is that Pudding is known as being that way. Sanji hasn't really had a history of acting one way or another. I think that any interest that we see from Sanji as far as his interest in Pudding goes is nothing but superficial. I think it's all part of the role. Even with his thought, for me, the character development of Sanji requires that he not just buy into Pudding based off of her attractiveness. And she's looking adorable and everything else, and he still doesn't know about the eye. I think that's going to play a big role in throwing him off. But they both think they're playing each other to some degree, but some people are worried that Sanji's actually like, oh, he's actually still falling for her because she's so attractive and all this stuff. I just don't see it. I think you can know a psychotic, evil person, and I have, and they can still be beautiful. It doesn't matter that they're a psychotic person, and I think that's where Sanji's at. I think physically he's like, wow, she's so beautiful, and she acts so well, and she makes these faces. But I don't think he's buying it for a moment. I think he's outplaying them more than they're playing him. In fact, he's acting so much into it that Capone even seems a little annoyed by how much he seems to be into it. I don't see where it'd be a problem. The other big thing, and I haven't seen this talked about, this is my pride and joy of this chapter, so please pay attention to this part if you haven't paid attention already. Or if you've made it to this part, congratulations. We have the table set up, and for anybody who's ever been to a wedding, helped plan with a wedding, thought about having a wedding, anything related to a wedding, seen a movie, a rom-com, anything, you know the importance of a seating chart at a wedding, okay? It is very, very, very critically important where the in-laws sit and who else gets to sit there and who's at the table at the wedding. There's always these are my third and fourth cousins that I hope bring me gifts table. There's that mother-in-law, step-sister, just the various people that you spread out at the different tables that you hope either make it look like you had a big event or they bring you something good. Well, the table that Big Mom's sitting at, we have her, obviously, she can't be in the middle, it's a circle, but she's the focal point of the panel. So we have Big Mom to the right of her, or her left, but our right. We have Big News Morgans. In between, there's one character, and you can't tell if they're sitting at the table or not. If you have a chance, look in between Morgans and Big Mom, and there's a character that almost looks like it has a very cartoonish witch hat that they're wearing. I can't tell if that is a character, and if it is, it's very interesting. It's right on the left-hand side of Big Mom. That would be a big deal to be sitting right there. Then we have Morgans. He seems to be cracking up. We have Dufeld and Stussy next to each other, which is good. I like this too. We have Mother Caramel, the picture of Mother Caramel coming back around the circle. We just see the backside of it. We have Umit to the left of the picture. We have Judge, who seems to be cracking up as well. And then we have Katakuri, not Dogtooth. And that's the table. That is the table at the dinner, and I think it's telling in a few ways. I think a lot of people are sleeping on these leaders of the underground. I think they have to be at least close to Capone's level. They're obviously not a part of the worst generation. They're not really pirates. We're not going to get, likely, we aren't going to get bounties. They're not a part of any type of group that I'm aware of that we should know who they are before this. But they have to be, in order to sit at that table. Because think about it. These leaders of the underground have nothing to do with Judge Vinsmoke. Nothing. They have very little to do with the German 66, other than Morgan's mentions they have dealings with them, and I'm sure the way of the world, they've all interacted before. But they're not at the wedding because of Judge. That's not the case here. Now, they're also not at the wedding because of any direct ties with Big Mom, not that we've been led to believe. So the question really becomes, for them to sit at the table, how powerful, or at least influential, which I think Morgan's is this group to Big Mom, to be sitting at her? I don't know why. I pictured a Last Supper 50-mile-long rectangular table where everybody was going to be sitting. But we have the very classic circle table here, like at a banquet hall. And that's the group that she has. She has our boy Katakuri sitting right on her right hand. It's her right-hand man. Again, her top sweet commander. Smoothie, I guess, isn't sitting at the table, likely because she's over there wringing giraffes' necks. And I tried to look at some of the other tables, and it was hard to tell who was there. But I think that is very telling. Everything's starting to begin. Judge seems just kind of smug about everything, while Big Mom's giving him this side eye like, oh boy, it's coming. Let the festivities begin. So, really hyped. I'm extremely busy this week and the next week, so that off week I'm not really too upset about. I am going to get you guys a theory video to both make up for not having this video in on time. We'll also have another theory video, or at least a discussion video. I might try to do a collaboration. I'll let you guys know. Follow me on Twitter if you're not already, at Zanekin Mangaka, just the name that was available. And I appreciate you guys for giving me your time. Again, I'm working on improving the channel, and I'm going to be more consistent with it in the future. I'm thinking I'm ready. I'm ready for the wedding. I'm ready for Luffy to take down Big Mom, to prove me right. I do not think they're running away. I just don't see it. I think it's too much buildup. I think that we're in the 4 Yonko war arc, or portion of the story, and I don't think that we leave here without confrontation, and I don't think that we leave here without severe confrontation. So let me know what you guys think down in the comment section below. What do you think of the Kings of the Underground? Are they powerful, or are they influential? Why would they be at Big Mom's table? And especially if you're at Big Mom's table, why would you be the last ones to show up? How do you think things are going to unfold? Is Sanji really falling for pudding? A lot of things to discuss, guys. So go ahead and leave a like if you did like this video, which I hope you did. Leave a comment if you liked it or didn't like it. Just let me know what your thoughts were. Please subscribe. I'm still doing this. I posted on my Twitter. Again, you guys want to be on my Twitter if you really want to stay up to date. I'm doing a giveaway of 5 different One Piece figures. They're on my timeline. I'll tweet it out again tonight, the ones that I'll get. They're about a $25 value. When I reach 100 subscribers, if you have commented and liked on the video closest to the 100 subscribers, you'll be entered to win. You have a 5 out of 100 chance, pretty decent odds, to get a nice little figure. And they are nice. They're higher quality. They are a little cheaper on the spectrum as far as figurines go, but a lot of these are on discount, and I have different ways of getting the price down. So again, share this video if you can. Let me know what you think. Have a good day. Stay awesome.